Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News. Outbreak of avian influenza detected in a farm in Blue Creek here in Orange Walk. More than 24,000 birds are to be depopulated. September 19 declared as a one-time public and bank holiday in honor of the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. And the BSCFA says members can leave the association once it is done under the bylaws of the association. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, September 13th, 2022.
Speed. Everyone wants more. Internet is more than speed. That's why Centaur's Internet Express offers you wall-to-wall coverage with its Wi-Fi extender. Just plug and surf. Stay connected as you move around your home with Centaur's Wi-Fi extender. Can your internet do that?
Centaur, your kind of company.
Ever since I was a kid, I dreamt of going to Mars. You can keep my dream alive.
Come with me. You cannot, under any circumstances, leave my room, okay? Only for 35 days.
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with Centaur, your kind of company.
Es un hecho que tu crédito dura más con Smart. Durante estos tiempos, todos buscamos cómo minimizar nuestros gastos y ahorrar a lo máximo. Con Smart, lograr esto es fácil. Es un hecho que con Smart su crédito dura más. Puede llamar de Smart a Smart y de Smart a Digital sin discriminar al proveedor, usando su crédito promocional. Mientras que con el otro proveedor solo puede usar su crédito promocional para llamar a Digital. ¿Qué significa esto? Su crédito promocional, ya que viene gratis al hacer sus recargas en temporadas de Double Ups, le otorga llamadas gratis a cualquier número nacional. Sigue con Smart y ahorra más dólares.
I met Alex on the plane. When I woke up in the morning, he was so alive.
I think they know you're lying.
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with Centaur, your kind of company.
Get her off that stage.
Enjoy your favorite HBO original series and movies with Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight we're really late.
That was so much fun since the pandemic forced us on lockdown and like my online classes and it was so stressful.
Oh my god.
And I bet you're glad that you finally get out.
Yes, that's true. And that girl, you will let loose. I never did expect that from you. Oh, Melanie.
Well defended again by Beverly.
Everyone, this is very strong.
George the drive and the finish. Posting up Marcus Morris.
My gosh. Looked like Kobe hit him real hard. My gosh, Melanie. Now you the top.
4 minutes has 7 of their 9 points.
You see what I mean? The married life. She can even enjoy her friends like in a peace.
Mind your business. Someday you might find a great guy too.
Exactly. Well, I still kind of have a crush for he cousin. Oh, no, remember the one where I danced with at the wedding?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, I would have go plan lockdown with he any day. Anyways, when the gun cast enough trouble for one night, me how up and out. Alright. Now I believe I have to go to that place at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Bye. Bye. I didn't do anything wrong, James!
Hey, morning. Morning. Your friend Melanie bring this for you on the way to work? Check it. Check it. You have to be more appreciative. You got some nice friend. And remember, nothing never happened last night, right? Right?
I love you, Jack. You have to do this for you. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Your future self will thank you. No. I need help.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, women and girls were at the highest risk of suffering domestic violence. Domestic violence involves violence between any member of the same household. It can happen to females or males, young or old. However, the evidence has shown that women and girls face the greatest risk. That risk has heightened due to the impacts of the pandemic, including job losses, mounting stress, and restrictions to movement and recreation. We can all help to combat violence against women and girls during the COVID-19 pandemic. Just like Melanie did, you can reach out to someone who is struggling and help them to find a way out. It is never easy, but together we can fight this. Belize will not be safe until its women are safe. Secure Belize.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
Good evening with your news. Also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Avian influenza, also referred to as bird flu, has been detected in Belize. According to the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA, samples taken from poultry farms in Blue Creek, Orange Walk District, tested positive for the bird flu on September 9th, and that further testing revealed that the influenza was of the subtitle HF, but the pathogenicity of the subtype is yet to be determined.
We immediately activated our emergency response plan. There are different subtypes of the virus, over 144 subtypes, but of interest in poultry is the subtypes that has to do with H5 and H7. And so they did further classification of the virus, and we know now that it's one of the serious disease, H5. It can be in its low pathogenic form or its highly pathogenic form, but the actions are the same. The actions that we need to implement are the same, because low pathogenic can mutate to become highly pathogenic. In the event that it is highly pathogenic, the mortality could be very high and could have a devastating impact on the industry. But at this time, I must reiterate that we have gotten results only from that one laboratory, and we are doing some further testing. We had capitalized on an opportunity to send the samples abroad, because at the time we were sending other samples. Having gotten that positive results, we are now doing some in-house diagnosis, and we should have confirmatory results by tomorrow. Because, like I said, we have the capability to run the test here in Belize. Okay, so the genetic sequence of the virus will guide us to where the source of the introduction of the virus. Remember, we had the H5N2. So if the genetic sequence is similar to that, we could say that the virus probably was circulating or come from wild birds. But if the genetic sequence is more associated or related to the Eurasian, then the source of infection could be from an importation.
The depopulation of the affected farm will be carried out tomorrow to prevent spread of the pathogen and with the aim of eradicating the disease.
We have scheduled for tomorrow to depopulate the infected farm. In a humane way, we will be doing that. It's one farm at this time, approximately 24,500 birds in that vicinity. And personnel will be using protective gears. Pit will be dug, and the sacrifice and additional dirt. So we're taking all the measures from that index farm.
An epidemiological investigation of the event is being carried out to confirm if there are any other infected farms in the Blue Creek community.
We are sampling other farms because we want to know if it has spread. We want to know what is the extension, if any, apart from that one index farm. So samples are coming in. We have a team out in Blue Creek doing the surveillance to know the extension, if any, the spread. So yes, we're doing surveillance. We're not taking it lightly because we know that it's a serious disease. We realize the negative impact that it can have on the industry. And so we have placed that farm on quarantine. And we are implementing other control measures, such as birds that move, we test them. The way we conduct surveillance is that we only need to sample 30 birds in one farm to determine if there is infection or no infection. If we get one positive from 30 samples, we could say that there is 10% infection.
While containment measures have been put in place to restrict poultry products exiting the Blue Creek community, the director of the Animal Health Department at Baja, Miguel De Paz, assured us that poultry meat and eggs on the local market are safe for human consumption.
And I must reiterate that that poultry meat and eggs are safe for human consumption. A total lockdown would kill the industry up north. And so we're still allowing for processed poultry to move out because we are only allowing negative birds to be slaughtered. And so we allow that now. So we're at this point in time where we have a lockdown on live bird because that is the highest risk. If we're going to move out eggs, there's about 7 or 8 layer farms. Those farms will have to test negative for the eggs to move out.
While Baja is organizing and implementing other control measures to ensure that the poultry sector is protected against further introductions of the avian influenza disease, including implementing movement controls on live birds, eggs, and litter, among other measures, we must note that the virus can spread to humans, but in rare cases.
Like I said, it's a poultry disease, but it has the potential to be transmitted to other species, including transmission to humans. So we classify it as having an occupational risk. Occupational risk, people that in slaughtering facilities, having close contact with blood and juices of carcass, and people having, like I said, intimate contact with close contact with birds. Asia has a culture where live among poultry, and so those are the people at higher risk. Now, if we're saying that the risk exists with people working at slaughter facilities, then Baja control is you test birds and you only allow negative birds to be slaughtered. So yes, it has the potential risk people affected with avian influenza viruses.
All poultry farmers are encouraged to strengthen biosecurity programs and to adhere to Baja restrictions. Of note is that the pathogenicity of the virus is expected to be identified by week's end. News coming out from Cabinet today is that Monday, September 19th will be observed as a one-time public and bank holiday in honor of the funeral of Head of State Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen will be laid to rest on the 19th of September in London after passing away last week Thursday at Balmoral Castle, Scotland. September 19th is also observed as National Service Day in honor of Prime Minister Right Honorable George Price, who passed on that day in 2011. It falls 2 days before Independence Day on Wednesday, September 21st, meaning at least a run of 4 days off in 5. To date, there has been no indication of who will represent Belize at the service, though Governor General Dame Froila Zalam and the Prime Minister John Briceño are both eligible. Tonight, there is growing concern on social media over the whereabouts of a Belize City man who reportedly went missing in neighboring Chetumal, Quintana Roo. On Monday, a Belize City resident, Patience Hamilton, posted on Facebook asking for assistance in locating her husband, Bernard Hamilton, who had not been seen or heard from since the weekend. Her post read, and we quote, "My husband, Bernard Hamilton, is missing from yesterday at 1:33 p.m. He was heading to Chetumal to buy car parts and has not returned. I am currently in Corozal at the police station to see how they can assist me in locating my husband." Later on Monday, she made a second post claiming that she had received word that her husband may have been detained for reportedly trying to enter the U.S. illegally. Her post read, "I'm feeling a little better, got some news, not sure how accurate it is, but I'm hopeful." The news was that they have some Belizean detained for suspicion to enter the U.S. illegally. "I will prefer him to be in that crowd of people than for him to be missing." Earlier today, however, Patience Hamilton once more took to Facebook stating that she had still not gotten any concrete information about the whereabouts of her husband and he was still missing. Currently, my husband is still missing. No documentation stating where he is, lots of rumors, but none concrete. As soon as I get information and legit information, I will let you all know. Thank you all for your help. Keep praying for us. While our news team tried to reach out to the Hamilton family today, we have not received any official response until news time. At this time, there is no official information on whether Bernard Hamilton was detained in Mexico on of suspicion to enter the U.S. illegally or an official missing person report. We will continue to follow this matter and report any update as it becomes available. The Ministry of Health and Wellness today received the country's latest COVID-19 report for the period September 10th, that is, to the 13th. During this time, the country reported a total of 139 new cases. The country's daily positivity rate currently stands at 5.62%. The total number of active cases currently stands at only 136. So far, the country has recorded a total of 68,612 cases since the start of the pandemic. There were no new deaths reported for today, leaving the country's cumulative death toll at 680. It is of note that there are currently 2 patients hospitalized across the country. Of the cases reported during this period, 11 were in Orange Walk, including 7 in town, and 1 each in August Pine Ridge, Chan Pine Ridge, Indian Church, and San Jose Palmar. Corozal, on the other hand, reported 10 new cases, 8 in town and 1 each in San Joaquin and San Narciso. Belize had 61 cases, while Cayo reported 32, and in the south, San Cruz had 3 and Toledo 9. Coming up next, more than 300 officers, including some from Orange Walk, bestowed several awards. Stay tuned.
What is Amnesty 2022? An opportunity for undocumented immigrants living in Belize. Belize wants to help you to live freely and continue contributing to those communities you and your family now call home by offering a pathway to permanent residency. Why should you apply? In doing so, you remove barriers and reduce the difficulties faced living as an undocumented immigrant. Applying is easy. Go online to www.immigration.gov.bz for more information. Find out if you qualify, how to apply, what documents you need, and how to book your appointment. Be prepared. The registration period will be from the 2nd of August to the 30th of November 2022. Belize Amnesty 2022. Let's continue to build Belize together.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
On Monday, we told you about a letter issued by 2 cane farmer associations, including the Progressive Sugarcane Producers Association and the Corozal Sugarcane Producers Association, to Chairman of the Sugar Industry Control Board, SICB, Marcos Osorio, claiming interference from the SICB and the BSCFA in the process of cane farmers wishing to move from one association to the next. The strongly worded letter issued on September 7 claims that there are cane farmers who have expressed their desire to transfer from the BSCFA to other associations and are reporting that they are being unjustifiably obstructed in their efforts by their association and by the SICB and SCPC. On Monday, we spoke to SICB Chairman Marcus Osorio, who refuted any claim of interference on behalf of the SICB or the SCPC in the process, which falls solely on the individual farmer and the respective association. For context, we replay a portion of that interview.
Applications can continue throughout the year, and then I went ahead and I read the section of the Sugar Act, and that is section 20, where it makes reference to transferability of cane farmer registration. And in section 22, it reads as follows: applications to the SCPC for transfers of registration will be accepted throughout the year, save and except that if an application for transfer is received after the end of August in any year, it will not be considered for transfer of registration for the upcoming crop year, but will be considered for transfer for the subsequent crop year. So applications for transfers run the entire year, Norma. The exception is that for those transfers to be applied and granted, those applications will run up to the end of August of any year to be considered for the upcoming crop. So when the two associations are accusing me, or their letter addressed to myself, and again, the letter that they signed, I am sure they did not write that letter. So I believe they need to review their bylaw first. If there is any unlawfulness, the unlawfulness is derived from the bylaw that governs their association, the Progressive Association. And I invite them to consider to amend it in their upcoming general meeting if they so wish, or they may decide to hold a general meeting, because and maybe those are the things that need to be questioned by their own members. If members would be given the privilege to attend and participate in a general meeting of their association where matters of their association be addressed, of which this would be one, this matter of transfers. So I think in terms of their letter, I may want to answer to them by telling them that the SICB nor the SCPC has no ulterior motive in preventing or jeopardizing or putting obstacles to farmers for them not to be able to transfer from one association to another. We have nothing to do in that regard.
Today we caught up with Chairman of the Orange Walk branch of the BSCFA, Alfredo Ortega, about the letter and the accusations being made against the BSCFA.
Nosotros nos sorprendió en ver una carta de esa magnitud y especialmente la acusación que tiene la carta, de la cual en BSCFA, en la acusación que hay ahí, no tiene que ver absolutamente nada en eso. Realmente nosotros pensamos de que si ellos tenían alguna situación de saber algo, le debían de haber escrito a BSCFA para que así nosotros les respondamos basado a lo que están buscando. Cuando yo leí esa carta que ellos hicieron, y es una carta realmente al final es bien amenazante hacia el chairman del Sugar Industry Control Board, realmente para mí no tiene base, porque para mí si ellos están trayendo acusaciones es igual como en cualquier lado, tienen que traer los supporting documents, ¿verdad? De que, estas personas firmaron y ustedes no les quieren firmar, de la cual eso es lo que ellos deberían de traer. Sin embargo, no están trayendo nada de pruebas, pues, para decir de que esto es lo que está sucediendo. Realmente, el Sugar Board y el SCPC tiene su momento cuando se junta y ya va a llegar en ese momento, no se va a juntar solo por una cosa, sino que cuando el SCPC se junta es para ver todo lo que está sucediendo dentro del sistema, para que así puedan salir con la lista nueva que va a venir para el próximo año, desde la cual incluye el survey que se está haciendo de los turnovers, de los planquins que hay, de las cañas que se cortaron para semilla, de la entrega que se hizo y también de los movimientos de personas de branch a branch, de personas que fallecieron y se está cambiando la cuota para otros. Así es de que el SCPC tiene una gama de cosas que tiene que ver para la nueva lista que viene. Así es de que en realidad la acusación que esta gente están haciendo realmente no tiene base, no tiene fundamento, porque ellos no traen nada de prueba más que solo alegación sobre ello.
The association, according to Ortega, has strict rules under its bylaws which speaks of farmers wishing to leave the BSCFA. Once those are met, farmers are free to exercise their personal choices, free of interference from the association.
Eso tiene un proceso y cada asociación tiene su bylaw que tiene que respetar, ¿verdad? Nosotros tenemos nuestro bylaw donde dice de que cualquier cañero es libre de moverse a donde quiera, siempre y cuando ese cañero está resignando de BSCFA, claramente tiene el documento de que él tiene que estar claro de deudas de BSCFA. Él no se puede ir a otro lado dejando deudas, así es de que si él se quiere mover, tiene que pagar, si aún debe, tiene que pagar. Si no debe, pues está libre para moverse en el momento que quiera, pero si debe, pues tiene que pagar antes de irse. Es parte de la póliza que tenemos y no se le niega a nadie. Una vez que el cañero esté libre de deudas con BSCFA, él puede venir, pide su renuncia, se le firma, se le otorga, pero claro, todo tiene un proceso, ¿verdad? No es de que llegó ahorita y a los 5 minutos lo está consiguiendo, porque todo eso tiene un proceso de quienes firman y todo lo que se da. Así es de que en ese ambiente nosotros trabajamos en eso, respetando nuestra póliza, de que cualquier cañero que venga y quiere renunciar, pues primero hay que ver cómo está su situación de crédito con la asociación.
As to the reports being made in the letter by the two associations about farmers wishing to abandon the BSCFA, Ortega today confirmed that there has not been an increase in these instances as of late.
Año en el periodo, porque hay un periodo que todas las asociaciones quedaron de acuerdo, de que ese periodo de agosto es el periodo a donde los cañeros pueden venir y piden su renuncia y piden aplicación para la asociación de su gusto donde quieren ir. Claro, en esta ocasión tuvimos una cantidad de cañeros que pidieron su renuncia y se les otorgó, aquellos que debían, algunos que debían que aclararon su cuenta, se les otorgó la solicitud que tenían y se fueron para la asociación donde ellos querían. A nadie se le paró. No tuvimos mucho, en estos momentos no te podría decir los números porque no los tengo, pero sí en una cantidad se fueron y de la misma manera también como unos se fueron, así hay cañeros de las otras asociaciones que se vinieron, ya sea Corozal o Orange Rock, pero vinieron a la BSCFA. Así es de que el movimiento que hay de los cañeros no solo es de BSCFA que se van, sino que también de sus asociaciones de ellos hay que vienen a BSCFA porque pues ven que lo que estamos haciendo es algo beneficiario para el cañero.
As the sugar industry continues to navigate uncertain times, particularly with the current negotiations over a commercial agreement between the BSCFA and the BSI-ASR, Ortega today called on farmers to unite as one for the benefit of the entire industry.
Yo quisiera hacerle un llamado a los cañeros. En realidad, yo creo que lo que nosotros estamos buscando es el camino de unidad. Nosotros queremos ver que los cañeros estemos unidos. Sin embargo, en estos movimientos que van haciendo los líderes, en vez de querer unirnos, nos van apartando aún más como cañeros. Y eso no es el camino a seguir. Nosotros debemos de ir buscando como líderes porque solo una fábrica tenemos aquí, no tenemos 2 ni 3, solo una fábrica y todos entregamos ahí. Así es que no podemos seguir nosotros dándonos taco en esta manera, dándonos pleito en esta manera. Nosotros debemos de estar buscando ese camino de unidad, a donde lo que debe de ser nuestro enfoque principal, velar para el bienestar de los cañeros que representamos. Ese es el camino que debemos de estar buscando.
Today, more than 300 officers from across the country were recognized for their exemplary service to the community during a medals and awards ceremony held at the National Training Police Academy. While officers were recognized for their years of service and bravery, there were some who were even bestowed distinction awards.
We had several categories of award. We have the long service award, which is for officers who have served 18 years and over, having not been on any disciplinary charge or conviction within that years of service. And then we have the first class, which is awarded to officers having completed 25 years of distinguished service. Second class for officers having completed 30 years of distinguished service. The Meritorious Award Service and the Distinguished Award Service. So again, those are awarded to police officers who have performed exemplary work with gallantry over the years as a police officer. And in addition to that, we also gave awards to 50 plus outstanding citizens. These are persons from within the community and some from within the justice system who have taken time out of their schedule to work with the police in terms of training and these sort of things. And so it's just a way for us to give recognition to people who have served with us in whatever way, as well as for police officers who are out there on a daily basis and have served a certain number of years with distinction.
There was one award, the Distinguished Service Medal Award, that was given to 6 officers. Could you explain to us how those officers were chosen?
The main criteria is that they must be of the rank of superintendent or above. Secondly, they must serve with excellence, gallantry, exemplary service for the period of years that you have had, which must include that you are not supposed to be disciplined within that time frame. And you find that those who were awarded were superintendent and senior superintendents.
According to Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, recognizing officers for their hard work and dedication translates to a boost of morale and also builds community confidence towards the force.
Sure. Certainly it serves as a boost of morale for officers. I think this is something that officers do look forward to. And in the planning stage, we had a number of officers who had called and say, my name is omitted and these sort of things. So which means that officers do look forward to it. And we made sure that we did the due diligence, that we award those who are entitled. Again, there's a lot that needs to be done to make sure that the officer meet the requirement of the award. And so I want to thank the committee led by Mrs. Magdaleno and Superintendent Jones for the exemplary work that they did in making sure that those who were to be awarded were awarded. I've always said to my officers that to every bad a policeman would normally do, there are hundreds of good that other police officers are doing. But the good that we do is never highlighted, only the bad that we do. And it was with that spirit that I said to the PR office that there is a need for us to be more aggressive in selling the good that police do. And I would wish that the media would help in that respect, the same way that you are always quick to highlight the bad, which we have no issue with. We'd also be happy if you can also be quick to highlight the good that we do every day. It's not an easy task for police officers. Many a times our duty is extremely challenging. Sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where it's damn if we do and damn if we don't. And we have to try as best as we can to make the right call. It might not be popular at the time, but eventually down the road, people will see that it was the right choice that we made.
During today's ceremony, there was also a moment of silence in honor of fallen officers.
It's a time for us to also recognize and give thanks to those fallen officers. Certainly, their service did count prior to their passing, and it was only fitting that we took a moment of silence in their honor as well as in honor of the Queen who passed away last week. And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the family of those fallen officers for having loaned them to us during the time that they were with us, and for the exemplary work that they did. And certainly, yes, Mr. Jimot, had he been alive, he would have been one of the awardees as well today.
On hand at today's ceremony was Minister of Home Affairs Kareem Musa, who saluted the officers with a toast.
So I'll start off by acknowledging the big man on his birthday, our Commissioner of Police on his 31st birthday. Let's give him a round of applause. Happy birthday, Commissioner. As I sat here this morning, listening to the incredible accomplishments of this team, of this family, and of your achievements, I am reminded that bravery is not an absence of fear, but rather action in the face of fear. Today, I join your family members, your colleagues, other distinguished guests, the government of Belize, in acknowledging your unrelenting service, your selflessness, your bravery in service to our nation and the people of Belize. I would like to raise our glass this morning to you, the outstanding and exemplary officers of the police department, and I thank you once again and your family for the sacrifice that you have made for the people of Belize. Toast to you all. Thank you.
The government of Belize, through the Ministry of Blue Economy and Civil Aviation, MBECA, and in collaboration with the Belize Fisheries Department and the government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, held a technical meeting on September 12, 2022, to discuss the Fisheries Resources Survey in the Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, of Belize, under the request for a deep-sea fishing resource exploration program, which is focused on improving sustainable fisheries management and strengthening Belize's blue economy. Present at the meeting were His Excellency David Ko Cho Chen, Ambassador of Taiwan to Belize, Mrs. Kennedy Carrillo, Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Blue Economy and Civil Aviation, Mr. Rigoberto Quintana, Fisheries Administrator at Belize Fisheries Department, Mr. Robert Robinson, Deputy Director of Belize High Seas Fisheries Unit, Dr. Sin Ming Ye, Fisheries Expert from Taiwan's Fisheries Research Institute, Dr. Sheng Ping Wan, Fisheries Expert from National Taiwan Ocean University, and other GOB technical staff. Discussions focused on conducting a fisheries stock assessment of Belize's EEZ under the Deep Sea Exploration Program and to proceed with a technical missing from Taiwan. Through the mission, Taiwanese experts will engage with the National Fisheries Authority, key government agencies, businesses, fishers, and other stakeholders in a fact-finding mission on a current and future fishing activities. This information will be used to develop a proposal for Belize, which will include an implementation plan to guide the deliverables of the project. The proposed objectives of the project are to develop sampling methodology for surveys to determine species diversity, abundance, size, structure, and sex composition of fish biomass within Belize's EEZ, conduct tagging to obtain much needed information on fish growth rates and movement, employ stock assessment modeling approaches of different complexities, size structured yield per recruit model, production model, and size structured simulation model. To evaluate the dynamics of the fish stocks, estimate the current status of the fishery, and evaluate alternative management strategies, determine in-country capacity, technical, fishing, processing, storage, marketing, feasibility, incentives. This activity is consistent with the priorities embedded within the Belize Fisheries Policy Statement, the ocean's economy and the trade strategies for Belize, and the Belize Blue Economy Development Policy and Strategy. It also highlights the government's commitment to obtaining an understanding of fish stocks, in-country capacity, and resource needs for the EEZ that support ecosystems-based management and science-based decision-making. This undertaking also supports diversification opportunities in Belize's fisheries sector for the enhancement of fishers' livelihoods and well-being. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, September 14th, here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belize news or our YouTube channel at ctv3 news bz. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.